We have all of these principles and values and ideals that we would like to develop and continue within ourselves and our hearts. And that's the thing, a lot of times people say all the time, it's the story. We heard that story before, right? All the traditions, they keep every year, they come, it's the same story. We all heard the story, it's the light and the lamp and all the things. And, you have the story of the Maccabees, and not by might or right, but by my spirit, says the Lord. That idea. We need to hear these stories. We need to hear about all the things that went on. And we need to take and challenge ourselves with the stories. Not to beat ourselves up or to look at it. And there's something I learned about this story, too, that goes back to the time when the Greeks had taken over. And, a lot of the Jewish people at the time, not everybody was like the Maccabees. They weren't saying, let's fight them. We want our religious freedom. They were like, the Greeks are pretty nice. They got a good thing going. They want to modernize us. They want to do all these things. And maybe we should just go with that. And that's the thing. We get caught up in going with what's easy. Right? We go with what's easy in our lives. It's hard to say the difficult things. It's hard to hear the difficult stories. It's hard to hear the struggles. We want it nice. We always want it nice. A lot of times it's not nice. I know for me, some of the hardest things in my life, some of the not nicest parts, that's not even correct English, but some of the nicest parts of my life were some of the greatest depth of growth and enrichment. And things that I don't shut the door on it, but I can grow from it still. And allow that part of my life to help me to see how I've grown from it. So we see the stories and we know all the parts and we learn from them. I was looking up some stories too to talk about for today, and one I learned of King Solomon. There's always great stories of King Solomon, right? He was just so wise, a king. So I thought I'd bring him into our Chanukah celebration, right? So there's a story about King Solomon, and he wanted to give this challenge to this jeweler to find the perfect ring. This would be a ring that would make you, when you were in the saddest place in your life, it would bring you some upliftment and inspiration. And if you were in the most inspired place in your life, it would remind you of all the varieties of experience in life, and everything would be okay. And everybody can participate in this joy no matter what is happening in their lives. So the jeweler was like, how can I do this? How can I make this celebration, this ring so special? Is it a gemstone? Right? Or are you going to look through your rocks and find one that has that perfect shine or color? Or what is it? Is it going to be something that's going to sparkle or to remind us? What is going to be? How can we make something that's going to remind us of the old stories, of the cycles of life, to go into the deeper places in situations? And what happens is that the jeweler was looking through everything, and then he realized that it wasn't about the ring. It wasn't about the stones. It wasn't about anything outside that really carries us or helps us get through everything. As we found out in our lighting of our menorah. It's those elements, something deeper inside. That's where the miracle lies. That's where the light is, within us. Within. So the rain had to bring you back within. The miracle of light is touching that place within. When everything else is saying that something outside is a distraction, or not even outside. I'm talking about we get caught up in our outside ideals, our outside rightness, right? Because we talked about there in Zechariah, it's not by might. I'm stronger, I'm bigger, I'm better, or more. There's more of me, so everybody listen. Or not by right. I got a great idea. My ideas are so good. We hold on to all those things. but that spirit of love, of light. Always coming back to spiritual principles, rising us above, making us brighter and lighter and understanding everything. We take everything to the divine and ask the divine, is this what we need to do? Because when the divine is leading us into holding on to a place of light, even the greatest army in the world that exists in the moment cannot be stopped with the power of the divine with us. And understanding comes. Compassion comes. Even humor comes. All of these attributes, these values that we talked about for our menorah. Have you guessed yet what the jeweler did? He decided to put an engravement on the band. And the engravement he put on there that he believed would help anybody and everybody, no matter what situation that they were in. He put, "This too shall pass." So whether you are in the most difficult situation of your life, remember, this too shall pass. Or you're in the most glorious situation of your life, it's about, this too shall pass. For life is alive, as one of our attributes pointed out. Life is about getting into that place of true happiness. Isn't about things outside aren't working for us. True happiness comes because the glory and the goodness and the light and the miracle of the divine is with me no matter what. So the things always pass, but I can pass through them because of the light, because of that connection. But as our song said, kindle the candle. Kindle the candle. Make that connection primary. Make it important. I love secular holidays. They're fun. They're out there. You know? Everybody's joining into Christmas now, right? Because we love Santa, we love the tree, we love things. All people from all different faith traditions are doing it because it's a secular thing, but it's fun for the kids. But when you bring it down to the faith aspect of something, that changes it. Right? And that's what this is. It's that these candles are not to be used for anything. Not to light the room, not have a different light on. These candles are for those beautiful attributes that we talked about. To remember that light. Am I kindling compassion? What do I need to do if I'm not? Am I kindling a sense of humor, which is not like a canned joke sense of humor, but like a child sense of humor, that you can giggle and laugh at silliness of just leaves falling in a funny way. Right? The cloud looking like a shape that make you laugh. Just the everydayness of humor within your soul. How are we kindling appreciation? We did give you little prayers of how to do it, but thinking about making that and putting a day aside to kindle every one of these attributes. A discipline.
When I was in seminary, I decided that I was going to do, we celebrated Hanukkah. I don't come from a Jewish background, and my children had never experienced it, but I had them all sit out when we did the candles, and they had to do a good deed each, and they had to, when we got together to light the lights, they had to say what good thing they did that day. And there was no gifts, there was no prizes, it was just get to light the light and us to be together for all of those nights. And it was a beautiful way of continuing to have that. And they learned, they had an understanding. Our daughter Maggie, at 6 years old, is starting the prayer, Baruch atah Adonai. My mother's like, what's she doing? What is she saying? She goes, I'm praying. And learn that prayers come in all different kinds.
Understanding my God. Kindness, that act, they had to do that act of kindness. and alive. We sang and we laughed and we were alive. And that's what these lights are for. To light aliveness, to light grace, to light happiness, and all of that. All of this together is how we live happy lives.
And yes, sometimes it takes a miracle for us to put all of this together. But this Hanukkah, let this be a miracle celebration. Come back to the light. Take the time to kindle the light within. And may you be blessed with the miracle of life in all that you do. So